Remember the wait times at the HCA East Florida Hospital emergency rooms average in the single digits, less than 10 minutes. All you have to do is go to HCAEastFlorida.com. They have to list all their wait times for all their emergency rooms, and they update them every 30 minutes. And averaging less than 10 minutes to wait in an emergency room is unheard of, but they've been doing it for years here at HCA East Florida. So just think how handy it would come in for you and your family one day. Put that in your smartphone and bookmark it. HCAEastFlorida.com. Speaking of good health, we're so pleased to be joined by Dr. Sandra Leyva, who's a doctor of Oriental medicine. She's a company called Soup to Bones, which specializes in all kinds of soups that are healthy for each and every one of us. Tell us about your degree in Oriental medicine. How did this come about?
Oriental medicine. Well, thank you so much for having me here. This is really the first time that we're able to really educate people. I received a Master's of Oriental Medicine with a Bachelor's in Health Science. I did my internship in Shanghai in an international hospital, integrative West and East. And the one thing I noticed throughout my internship is that they only served one thing in the whole entire hospital, which was a bone marrow soup and broth. So there they only had two choices and two items on the menu. It was either long noodles or you had it with some meatballs. And so I was very curious and I ventured into the kitchen and they saw me daily and thought, you know what, I just started learning and seeing how they would brew it and how they filtered it, and I decided to bring it back and make something new with my restaurant and catering experience.
Yeah.
Just to basically make it our own flavor.
Right. Now, tell me the health benefits of bone marrow broth.
Health benefits. Basically, it has a marrow. Marrow is really stem cell, and if you really look at like the B12 injections, it really comes from cobalt or copalamin. And copalamin really is made from viscera. But I choose the marrow. Marrow is so good. It's almost like the Italians drink the ossobuco, the Argentinians drink the caracu. I mean, they have several names, and we're talking about something that's made over 3,000 years ago. It's not something I invented.
Right. Now, folic acid, for example. I know you talked a little bit about folic acid, the benefit of this with folic acid.
Well, there's two components. Folic acid really comes from the green, so you really have to consume in high amounts. And this is the other component of the B12. So both of them is a complete.
Your share of it, right?
Absolutely.
And if you're deficient in folic acid, what kind of problems exist? What might you be feeling?
You can have anemia, you can have coagulation. I actually have a genetic defect, and this is another reason why I really drank it. Because I coagulate if I don't have a B12. Either injection or sublingual, and what happened was that I couldn't absorb that either, and so I had to go back to the roots, and something so simple that the body and the intestines really know how to absorb so naturally. So this is what I have every single day.
Now you can get our bone marrow broth at Milam's.
Milam's, we have 3 Milam's. We have Beehive Natural Foods. We have about 30 physicians that either sell it directly to their patients or they have free deliveries on Saturdays for Miami-Dade.
Wow.
And you can also go to your website and order it as well,
SoupToBones.com.
SoupToBones.com. That's easy to remember.
Right.
All right, so tell us about how this thing is made.
Okay, well, commercially, this is the first time that we're able to really on TV, explain to people what are they really purchasing, what's really in that box, what's in that really delicious bone broth that is commercially available, and what they use is short ribs, and you'll see a lot of meat, and they have these thin bones. They also have the bones. These I bought at Whole Food, and they have them a little bit of marrow, but they also have a component of meat. And then what I would say 70% of companies that do bone broth, they choose the neck. The neck has a lot of bones. It has also some stem cells, but it has mostly meat, and that's what gives it that brown, really rich flavoring for you to be able to cook. Now what we do is we take the shank, it's right above the foot, it has less hormones, and you'll notice something, there is no meat in there.
Right.
And a lot of vegetarians say, oh, but I really can't do the meat. We don't cook with any meat. And also, it's great for athletes. I have lots of athletes that take this because it has collagen and it also has the sinews, and it has all of the tendons.
Right. No, it's a beautiful piece. Now, all right, so now you have here, what's in this big
Right,
giant
and this-
beautiful pot?
Now, how many different soups do you offer?
I offer an array. So I have a weekly soup of bone marrow broth base. And then I also have our standards, which are at all the stores. And that really is this bone marrow. I also do it with a mushroom, and a reishi mushroom. Now, this is a medical grade reishi mushroom. It has a very different texture and smell
Look,
to
yeah.
it. It's very
Looks
hard.
like a piece of wood, you
does.
know, almost.
And what it is that from here, what they'll do is they'll shave it down, and you can actually, that's what you'll find in a lot of the bottled medicine or traditional Chinese medicine. But I take this type and I make a tonic, and then I wrap a beautiful mushroom soup with port wine. Port wine goes to the,
All
you
right.
gotta couple it. You gotta, you know, you kind of have to have like a taxi driver, and you gotta have all the passengers. It's gotta go to the right places. It's gonna go right to your liver. So that is what this soup is about.
A liver detox. I think that's a good idea. It's a
There
great
we
idea.
go, sure.
All right, so now this is the mushroom broth.
This
that
is a
you-
mushroom, so it's port wine.
Right.
And again, you know, I used to be in
delicious,
in catering here in South Florida for 10 years. Did a lot of the food and wine restaurant on Collins, and
God, that's good.
it's rich. It's a bit low in salt. Again,
I feel better already.
My liver feels better, I got to tell you. No, this is great. And how often do your patients eat this? Every single day?
every single day. Some of them. The interesting part is, some patients, because of whatever they may have, some of them may not be able to swallow. They can have, and this is an interesting packaging. I have this twist top, so they'll do 2 ounces at a time because they're very deficient,
Right.
or whatever it may be. And then we have people who drink this, and they can have 2 of them, or 1 a day, or 2 a day, or you can actually do half and half for
Right.
those doing maintenance.
Or you can mix this into another soup that you're making.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how you would get it if you went to Milam's in the freezer
Right.
section. That's how you would find it. Again, it's Soup to Bones, the name of the product. It's Dr. Sandra Leva. All right, so in here now you've got bone marrow
This
broth.
is bone marrow broth, and what you'll notice is that there isn't. It doesn't.
It's white.
It's white. It's not brown. And this takes 3 days. So basically, we take the bones like you have here,
Right.
and we'll put a little bit of organic apple cider vinegar. We'll do a first boil, remove all the water to remove some of the impurities, and then we'll do it again and heat up to about 40 minutes, and that's when we take all of the marrow out, because we need to make sure, at least I need to make sure, that you're really receiving an excellent product with a lot of nutrients,
Right.
and it's going to do something for you. It's not just mixing a soup and putting it into a package.
Right.
It's not.
And all the other things that you have here, are you also adding all of them into the soup?
Absolutely. So I wanted to show you today how versatile. So if you've got just the base, and I were to pour this,
Oh, I see.
right?
I see what you're doing.
So this is what I do at home. I have an 8-year-old. I'm a working mom. I got to get dinner in 5 minutes, and so I will basically, you know, do. This is culantro. This scallions are my favorite. So
Right.
let's just kind of do that. A little scallion. This is white turmeric, by the way. This is very different from your yellow turmeric, and so that's kind of what I do there. And of course, you add your a little bit of salt. Let me just do that for
And
you.
a little bit of everything that you like, you put in there. All these healthy vegetables and herbs and things can go in there and enjoy it.
Absolutely. So for my daughter, she doesn't like school food.
Right.
She also has a low immune. So she'll ask, Mom, can I have my soup? So I have a big thermos, and I put noodles in there. I heat this up in the morning. I put a little bit of vegetables in there, and I send her off, and she's the happiest camper, I'll tell you.
Brenda?
Wow.
Give that a shot, 'cause it looks delicious, absolutely
Yeah.
delicious. And you can do so many different things with this. You really
Absolutely.
could. I mean, you could put a little spice to it if you wanted, and you know, whatever else you want. I noticed that you have This vinegar, this is what, apple cider vinegar?
Apple cider vinegar.
Are you a proponent of apple cider vinegar?
I love it. One, it has to be organic. And number two, it actually is the only component to remove and to break down the marrow and to break down the bones and to break down the tendon. And in South America, in Colombia specifically, they make Jell-O. And they make candies out of that. So they'll take this bone, they'll break it down like this, and they will put something sweet like a honey, maple or something, and they make candy out of it. And it's really a beauty treatment, believe it or not, but since you're a kid, this is what they give you, exactly.
Yeah. By the way, we're going to give away a free soup giveaway.
Yeah.
A little bit later on in the program, at the end of the show. SoupToBones.com will deliver 5 soups to your door. Okay, so we'll tell you all about that. SoupToBones.com is where you can find them if you want to order some things. Go to Milam's or some of the other places that the doctor has mentioned. But this is wonderful. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian or a vegan, let's go with vegan. Can you miss out on some of the nutrients that this kind of a thing would really help you with?
You really cannot. It's only one component, and that's cobalt. And most vegans will say, you know, oh, I do supplement. What they don't exactly know is that that supplement really is made from viscera.
Right.
And I have lots of doctors that say, you know, you really have to do a bone marrow, and that's where what I do is I have a line of vegan soups. And all you have to do is just put a little bit of this so that you can actually mix and still have it, but not have that taste. And the one thing that you'll both notice is that it doesn't have that meat smell. It's super
you have no,
clean.
Can I tell you, it's a wonderful flavor too. It's delicious. And being able to mix and match what you like, whether it's carrots or mushrooms or the other things that you see in front of us, is that thyme over there?
That is thyme, and we have sage. Now, I want to show you something that I have a wonderful farmer. You will not find it anywhere. I actually make a throat coat. It's like a syrup for your sore throats.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is white turmeric.
Oh my goodness.
And you can actually chew it. This is really great. Turmeric should not be spicy if you're trying to heal something that has open pores, like your stomach. You have an ulcer.
It doesn't taste bad at all.
It doesn't taste bad.
It has like a gingery almost flavor.
And this is the yellow. So
that's the yellow. It's not a carrot.
Right.
So the great thing is you can put this into your soups and
Absolutely. And you know, I kind of joke around, but you know, I'm a doctor first. I did take an oath. A non-practicing physician. I just did 6 years of education. And I think that my oath basically says, you know, do good, give something nourishing, very good to people. Because, you know, when people are coming out of their hospitals, one, they're not about to go shopping. They're not about to make food and try to prepare and get some nourishment. They need something really fast. And I thought, you know what, I think this is really
a great way to do it.
A great way to do it.
No, it is. Again, SoupToBones.com is where you can find them. And at the end of the show, we're going to be giving away a free soup giveaway. They'll deliver 5 soups to your door. So
how great is that?
No, it's terrific. To your door, too. And you deliver anywhere in Miami-Dade County?
Miami-Dade. We also have stores from Isla Morada all the way up to Sarasota.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So it's SoupToBones.com is where you can find them. I love both of these soups. How many different soups do you make?
I have about 15. I have a women's line. I have a men's line. Men's, you know, I have an athletic line. I have a dog line, too.
You do?
Yes, I do. It's a pet formula. It's really this base, but no onion and nothing, no salt.
Right.
I love my pets, and a lot of times they need something else, and you know, their coat's got to look good, and they don't have to worry about eyelashes. We do, but not that.
You know, when you think about why you're healthy or unhealthy, one of the things you need to do is first put the right fuel in, and this is the right fuel.
And it's easy to do.
Well, I love the idea that at the hospital, the International Hospital in China, they're talking about this is what they serve.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I mean, in one of those packets, put it in your, you know, in your purse, and you have it for lunch.
Right.
You know,
get a
it's
microwave
easy
at work,
to,
you can do that too. They're frozen. Get them at Milam's in the frozen section, or go to SoupToBones.com.
And I replace this with coffee in the morning. I put it in a thermos. I'm on the road. I flavor it.
You drink this instead of coffee.
You know why? Because it really goes into your stomach. This is
Right.
the first thing. I got to coat it.
The other thing, it's filling, and so because
Yeah.
it's filling, I imagine you're not going to gain any weight on this. You might lose some weight. if you
And
eat
that's
it.
where it's
You're
great for keto. And there are a lot of physicians out there that are saying, you know, bone marrow, bone broth is really a good way to go.
I'm
It's
not sure
anti-inflammatory.
I'm not sure
I
which
know.
one I like better.
I know.
mean,
I
you
like
know,
both of 'em.
The soup really, you know what, the soup goes real well with red wine.
Oh,
It does.
yeah.
There's
There you
nothing wrong with a
go.
little red wine,
There
right?
you go.
Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us.
SoupToBones.com is where you can get them. We'll be back with more right after this. And eat this, drink that,
Let
go. We're
go.
gonna have donuts.
Yeah.